Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And thank you, thank you. I was looking for some AMP news, man. I really was. I like talking about AMP. And over the lifetime of this token, I've been more profitable by percentage on AMP than I have on any other cryptocurrency that I've ever owned. AMP is the gift that absolutely keeps on giving to me, but I buy and sell it. I don't just I'm not that guy. I'm happy to buy it, happy to sell it, and happy to be profitable on it because I'm in crypto and I want to be profitable. But there was some news for AMP today, and I'm not going to say it's negative, but I am certainly not going to say it's positive. I'm just going to say that there's news, and it kind of goes like this. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission used its first insider trading case Thursday to formally declare 9 digital tokens as securities in its ongoing practice of defining its crypto oversight through enforcement actions. The federal security regulator filed a complaint Thursday alleging a former Coinbase product manager engaged in insider trading by giving his brother and a friend tips on which assets the exchange planned to list in the near future. In an unusual move, the SEC also explicitly said 9 of the crypto assets listed were securities. So we all remember the case, and there's a myth. It's not really a myth. It seems to be pretty damn true. But anything that lists on Coinbase pumps. We've seen it happen to AMP. We went to 12 cents immediately after we listed on Coinbase. So there's a lot of truth to it, and I understand what he did. I understand why he did it. So we're already familiar with the case. But this one kind of took a turn. We know that regulation is coming. We've been talking about this for months. We know that this was coming, but this is the first time that I've actually seen them start listing out tokens that they're saying Papa SEC is now looking at you real close, and in fact, we've identified you as a security. So that it's not good. While the SEC has identified cryptocurrencies as securities in the past, we know which ones. Typically, it did so in enforcement actions or settlements with the issuer. But Thursday's complaint is the first time the SEC identified several cryptocurrencies as securities without charging the issuers, or, for that matter, the exchange listing the so-called securities. Here's where this whole article just kind of sucks for me, real bad. The tokens listed were Flexa's AMP. Flexa's AMP, first and foremost. RLY, DDX, XYO, RGT, LCX, Power, DFX, and CROM. Now, I don't have a deep familiarity with these other tokens, but I'm going to start looking at them because I want to see their similarity between what they're doing and what AMP's doing. It is critical right now that we understand what these tokens are doing because AMP just got lumped in with them. Whether you like it or not, it happened. There was something unfortunate. It happened last year. Nobody discussed it. We did, but it doesn't matter, man. We're just kooks. Flexa's AMP was also listed very prominently 3 separate times in a very big 84-page .gov document all about money laundering. And Flexa kept coming up. So the fact that AMP was already on their radar, it was absolutely already on their radar because the government was talking about this a year ago. If you go way back in our videos, you'll take a look. We talked about this one. The SEC declined to comment when sent a detailed set of questions about whether Thursday's action was a precedent for how it would identify crypto assets it sees as securities, whether it intended to bring enforcement actions against crypto issuers behind the assets identified in Thursday's action, whether it will bring charges against exchanges listing these assets, and whether it would penalize Coinbase for listing these assets. Now, these are important questions, all right? These are not just casual, off the cuff, maybe we'll get around to it. These are important questions because something tells me if Coinbase feels that SEC grip coming out again, they're going to delist these things and they're going to do it quick. Coinbase actually still has, even though they're having a little bit of a liquidity issue right now, they're having some money problems, but they actually have the muscle to be able to stand up to an assault like this. But AMP is listed on a lot of very, very smaller exchanges that just do not have the muscle to be able to put up a fight against the SEC coming after them and saying, you're listing securities. You're not allowed to do that. Here's your fine. They can't hold up. So, if I'm not saying they're going to delist, absolutely not. But I'm saying that we have seen this before. And to ignore what we've already seen, experienced, and been through, I think it would be very disingenuous to your own personal portfolio not to at least consider that this did in fact happen and that it is in fact happening. Now we can poo-poo it, and that's fine, man. This is crypto, man. We bury our heads in the sand all the time, but this is it's not the news you want. I guess I'm just going to kind of leave it there. If you want to be mentioned, it's that the commercial's coming out or that 2 Chainz is spending AMP. You want to be mentioned, something like that. You don't want to be listed in an SEC filing saying, oh, guess what? You're a security, because your entire world changes at that point. And I believe that the entire world did. So I'm not saying jump off a cliff. We don't give financial advice here anyway. I'm not saying jump off a cliff. I'm just saying it's good to diversify. It's good not to have all of your eggs in one basket. It's rule number 2 of investing. Rule number 1, know your investment. I think we all know AMP. Rule number 2 is diversify, because if something like this hits, you don't want to get wiped out in one fell swoop. So please take that into consideration. I guess that's all I'm saying. This is going to absolutely dominate the live stream tonight. If you've never caught our live stream, do us a favor. We go live 1900 Central on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and we do member streams all the time. But I already know my viewpoint on this, and I'm happy to give it. But I don't want to know my viewpoint. I want to know yours. So if you would care to join us, we will answer any question that's asked of us. We don't run from anything. If you've ever caught our live stream, we're begging you for questions. So if this is something that interests you and you want to talk about it tonight, we're live at 1900 Central, and it's pretty well going to dominate it, because this is going to have ramifications for the entire crypto market. AMP is first into the wall, and they always get bloody. But these tendrils are going to spread all the way out throughout crypto. So let's get in front of it and start forming a plan. Anyway, guys, that's all I got on this one. I wish it was better news. It's not bad news. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. What does the SEC know? Until next time, or until tonight, if you join us, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. That's all we got. Cheers.